Hi friends, I just wanted to jump on and talk to you a little bit about the second and third grade books that I selected for the Mail Myself to You lessons. And before I share these, I just want to mention that feel free to look at the lessons in K1 and look at the lessons in 4-5 because there are books there and ideas there that I know will translate to 2-3. And so the books that the lessons in the series, the 2-3 lessons are The Gardener and The Quiet Place, and both are written by Sarah Stewart and illustrated by David Small, which is a fun add-on. And they have a couple of other books that they have done together, which would be a fun extension. I'm not going to talk about these books because there are full lessons written on them in the lessons, but I wanted to mention a couple of other books that I did not include, that I didn't get to write lessons about because it just became too much. But I would definitely, if I were in the classroom this fall and wanting to do something with letter writing, and what I really wanted to do with these letter writing lessons was I wanted to put some heart into them. So it's easy for letter writing to turn into, you know, what's a friendly letter? What does the form have to look like? Let's do something, you know, it gets very locked into persuasive writing, which is fine for some persuasive writing to happen. But right now, when we're trying to build classroom community, when we're trying to connect with each other, oftentimes across a distance, something about snail mail and sending ourselves a piece of a piece of each other has some powerful opportunities, I think. But I love this book, and it's a little bit silly. It's called First Year Letters, and it's about a teacher who is in her first year of teaching. But the whole thing unfolds through letters. And so, you know, this first one is to Miss Hartwell from one of her students. She, you know, is writing to her, and then here's a student writing. The whole thing is letters, and every letter is written from someone different, or the writers vary. And each page, the illustrations have a whole, you know, so this letter a student has written to the teacher and mentions that she seemed very nervous because the principal is there observing her. And she is sharing a snake with the class. And of course, the snake gets out every page. There's as much to notice in the illustrations. There's so many inferences to make, so many connections to make, so many opportunities for deep thinking. It's a really, really rich book. Another one that is fun that I didn't get to write any lessons about is Meerkat Mail. And it's about a meerkat who visits his cousins, the mongoose, and he gets tired of living where he is. It says Sonny comes from a large family. They work together, play together, eat together, and they look out for jackals. But he's tired of them all. You can see there, his siblings are getting on his nerves. So he sets out to visit his cousins around the world. And he sends postcards home. And with each postcard home, he kind of compares, you know, how his life at home was different. And so it's a rich opportunity to kind of think about meerkats, and you could easily connect this to some science, but I really appreciate the variety in the different letters. Sorry, that's my son coming in. All right, and then one more is called Dear Teacher. And this is fun because there's a big inference to be made in this. And I think this one would also work well for first grade, but it unfolds like a letter. And each letter is a reason that the boy is not going to be at school for the first day of school. And he has all of these reasons. And basically you begin to put together that he's just afraid to come to school. And so it's really, you know, from pirates to rocket ships, any number of things are happening in his life to keep him from making it to school. So those are some books that I've kind of put in the second and third grade cluster. Although please, as I mentioned, look at the 4th and 5th grade books and look at the K1 books because there's definitely some overlap. All right, friends, happy reading.